Okay, so if you've been watching this channel for long enough, you know that we're looking at $130,000 Bitcoin now. And I'm going to show you exactly why, because we have confirmed the cup and handle on the daily chart. We have not confirmed on the weekly. We have not confirmed on the monthly yet. Okay, this is solely just the daily chart. So if you want to know why we're going to 130K, you want to know where to enter, you want to know the short-term short trade that you could actually make money on while you're waiting for your entries and exits, you want to know where your stop loss is, you want to know all the technical analysis behind it, make sure that you show me that you appreciate this analysis and smash that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe because I'm dropping bombs on this channel, and then boom, bang on that notification bell. Comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. What coins are you looking for in the next bull run to 5x, to 10x, to 20, 100x, whatever your coins are? What's your price targets? What's your analysis? Let me know if there's other coins that you want me to do analysis on, and let's just get straight into it, shall we? Now, as you can see, we are here on the Bitcoin daily chart, okay? Now, I do want to give a quick update. I did get stopped out of my silver position that I was talking about in the previous video, and you know what? I took a little bit of a loss, but here's the thing. I'm actually okay with that because I would rather take a little bit of a loss on silver because I own like physical gold and silver, so I'm not really taking a loss whenever I'm, going long or short on gold or silver. I'm kind of just like taking extra money, right? But I did get stopped out because we saw massive wick because whenever Trump got elected, all of the speculative markets started going up, which is why we're seeing an early shorting opportunity on Bitcoin right now and a 130K price target that we'll talk about in just a second. But I'm actually okay with losing a little bit of money on my silver long trade that I had and then it nullifying the inverted head and shoulders pattern that was on silver. And the reason is because I actually would rather have a good economy, lose a grand or two because you lose a little bit of money up front, but make like hundreds of thousands because you have a good economy moving forward. You have crypto pumping, you have gold and silver pumping into 2025 because I think gold and silver needed a cooling off period anyways. So I'm actually good with that because now that Trump's in office, hopefully we will see rate cuts. Hopefully we'll see a booming economy. Hopefully we will see better markets and things of that sort. And that is what the hope is for the majority of the market. So I'm actually okay with getting stopped out and losing a little bit of money on my silver position because now we can go long on Bitcoin and make some big gains in altcoin season and things of that sort. And I honestly think silver and gold are going to continue going up into the future. But we've already kind of gone off on a tangent. Let's stick just strictly to the charts. Okay. Now, if you look at the daily chart, you can see here's the cup, here's the handle. Okay. Now, how do we know that that handle actually got broken, right? And how do we know that it's confirmed? Well, in order for you to confirm a cup and handle, you have to take out the high of that handle, right? Which is the all-time high of Bitcoin, which was $73,835.57. Now, you can't just wick above it, okay? You have to close a candle above it. Now, what does this look like? This is a daily candle that closed at $75,646. So that is a confirmation of this actual up and handle playing out. The breakout happened here, but it was not confirmed. And that's why we retraced back to the channel, right? Now we have confirmed above that channel, and then we're going to be looking for a re-entry somewhere down here in this range. And I'll show you exactly where that's going to be. Now, we have confirmed the cup and handle, which is great news for us. So let's go ahead and show you exactly where I think that it could be potentially going. If you measure the bottom, which is the absolute bottom of a cup and handle, because remember, for a cup and handle to be valid, it has to have the cup has to have a low at a recent low, which was like 15 grand, right? That is basically the recent most bottom low, right? Then the highs of the cup where it forms has to be at recent highs, which these were. As you can see, this was a high and then this was a new high, right? And then whenever you see the handle, it has to be either straight or downward sloping, maybe 30 degrees or something like that. I wouldn't go over 45 degrees. If it was going like really, really down like this, I would not consider that a cup and handle that's going to play out. But now that we have broken and actually broken above this channel, which was the handle of the cup, and we have closed above the previous all-time high, actually closed a daily candle, we can confirm this pattern. And that is where we are going to start thinking about entering a short position here to write it down here for a long position to write it up to, yep, you guessed it, $130,000 Bitcoin. Okay, and imagine where alts are going whenever this happens, if this happens. This is a pretty high probability trade, so I'm actually pretty confident on my analysis on this, and I'm going to show you why. Now, the one thing that I do want to show you really quick is that this is not confirmed on the weekly. Why? Because it has to close a weekly candle above that previous all-time high, right? And it has not closed this weekly candle. This is the candle it's going to need to close. Same thing on the monthly, so it has not confirmed yet, right? I actually entered, so there's two trades here, okay? I actually already entered a short position here at about $75,000. I also have an order layered in at 75.5 for a short. I have 76,100 and 76,003 or 400 all layered in for shorts. I layer my orders in. I average in. So if I want to put $5,000 on an order, I'll put $1,250 in 4 times, or I'll put in $1,200 on the first one, and then I'll put in $800 on the second one, and then I'll put in, $1,000 on the third one, and then on my fourth one, I'll put in the rest of the $2,000 or something like that, right? I'll usually layer in anywhere from 3 to 6 different entries, and that way I'm getting the best price or the best average price whenever something, especially like Bitcoin that's volatile, moves in the opposite direction. That way you're covered, right? But then my stop loss is right above the all-time high. So it's I believe my stop loss is at like 76,980 or something like that. So we could actually move all the way up to about $77,000 and I wouldn't get stopped out. Now I am targeting down here in the $71,000 range. And I'll show you why here in just a second, because what you're seeing is this upward trending channel right here. And I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. Boom. If you look at this upward trending channel, okay, you'll see that this is actually like it's pretty straight up. It's pretty like wouldn't say it's like the best channel, but we did actually go up all the way into the resistance, and now that's why I'm shorting here. Couple that with I'm also shorting because we hit an all-time high. We hit the top of that upward trending channel, and the target on this is going to be somewhere in the $71,000 range. Why is that? Because I'm looking at VPVR, and if you look at the first high volume node that's actually significant, it's right at $71,000. Then you can see that if you zoom out just a little bit, you're looking at about $68,000 for the point of control. Okay. So that's on the hourly chart. Now let's flip back over here. I want to show you why I'm shorting here. Okay. Because we're also seeing a bearish divergence on the daily chart. Okay. What is a bearish divergence? I'm going to show you. Bearish divergence is when price is going up relatively to RSI setting lower highs, okay, which we are, okay? So that's why I entered a short position up here. I actually entered a short position yesterday, but I was early and I actually got stopped out for I think it was like a $600 or $700 loss or something. It wasn't a crazy massive loss. It was enough that I was like, that sucks, but it wasn't such a massive loss that I was like, man, I just got taken out, right? And the reason was because I was getting really good prices up here, but I wasn't okay with chasing like the volatility. If the volatility kept going up to, $78,000, I wasn't going to stay in that position. I definitely wasn't going to keep averaging it. So I just let it stop out. I let it reset itself today. It did go back up to 75K where I was then able to enter my short position again and then layer my orders up all the way up to about 76.5. So I'm targeting right down here to about $71,000 and we'll see how it plays out. But I think that $71,000 is a really good place for you to actually take your profits. And the reason is also because if you look right here, right? Where does this go down to, right? About $71,000. Okay, there's a $72,000 range right here where you can see there could be a little bit of support somewhere here in the about $73,000 to $72,000 range, but I'm targeting more down here in the 71.3 range. And the reason why you could see that happening is because this channel is going to continue trending upward. If you were to extend this out, right? Let's extend this channel out. Let's move this trend line. Let's extend this channel out right here. Boom. If we came down here, we're coming down to about the $69,000 to $71,000 range, depending on how many days it takes us to get there, right? So this could be a multi-day trade. So that's why I'm targeting 71K, and that's where that VPVR node is as well. Okay. We're also massively overextended on pretty much every single moving average. If you look right here, let's take the VPVR off so you can kind of see everything. And I'll take all of these different other lines off because we know that we've confirmed the cup and handle pattern. We know what all that's about. out, right? Now, we are massively overextended on all of these moving averages. So these moving averages, especially the 20 itself, is kind of a magnet. So if you extend this out, a few days, you're going to be looking right in about the $71,000 range. So we're seeing a lot of confluence, VPVR, bearish divergence on the daily. You're seeing support down here in the $71,000 range. You're seeing these moving averages starting to trend up, which are pulling this back like a magnet. There's also Fibonacci extension levels that are in that range as well at around 71K. So that's why I'm targeting 71K. We also have the point of control at 68K, and that's where I would start entering my long position. So now we're getting into the nitty gritty of, okay, when we come back and we hit this support, because most of the time, whenever we have something like this happen, where we have a cup and handle and we break out and we confirm, we'll usually come back and test it within, a little while, right? And within the $71,000 range is where I'm going to start entering. I'm going to layer my orders here from about 71.5. I'll probably do about $70,500. I'll probably do about 69.6, and then I'll do a $68,500, $68,700 order. And I might even put one more or two more down at the 67.5 and 66.5 range, because there is massive high volume nodes at 66.6 right down here. If you see $67,700 range all the way down to 67,000. And then if you look right here, we've got it stops right around the 66.6 range. Okay. So that's why I'm saying I might layer my orders down there even a little bit further. But also, where's the point of control? 68K right here, literally. If you take this range and you look, the point of control is 68K. That's where I'm looking for a bounce. We're probably not going to fall back into this channel, but we could wick down somewhere in this realm, just like this did, right? You see this wick, you see this wick, you see this wick, all these massive wicks that can happen, right? Massive wick here. So my point is we could wick down by 1,000 or two, get some really good fills. You've got an average under this, and then boom, we're off to the races to go to $130,000. And if you are in the altcoin markets, that is where you would want to be starting to buy, is once Bitcoin hits here and it bounces, that's where you're going to want to start getting into your altcoins and saying like, okay, bull run's on, baby. And that's really bullish news for everybody. I'm looking extremely forward to it. I will let you know how my short goes. As it sits right now, I'm already up on my short by like I entered at 75K. Let's see what my short's up. Yeah, my short's up about $87 right now, which is great. But we're gonna try and ride that down for about an $1,800 profit all the way down to the $71,323 level, and I will keep you updated on that if I get that fill. And then I will also keep you updated on anything else that I'm seeing in the chart. And then obviously, if I enter long and I'm saying, hey, like this is the bounce territory, even though I already told you where this bounce territory is. And spoiler alert, let's just show you exactly where it is. It's right here, baby. Like, and then if you look, this is the 50 moving average. It's going to keep curling up. So you're talking 1, 2, 3 days, maybe 4 days on November 13th. So 6 days from now, you could see it right here, all converging all at the same time. Man, I mean, this could be literally the most, like, this is the setup if it plays out. So just keep your eyes on these levels, set an alert, do something. Like, it's, this could be serious. So with that being said, hopefully that's helpful to you. Hopefully you are going to join me on this short trade or even on the long trade, especially whenever we get the bounce, because we're looking at a bounce, baby. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're looking at a bounce. We almost always retrace. And a lot of people would argue that first retrace was the retrace, but I don't think it was, because we had not confirmed the breakout of the cup and handle. Again, you have to stick to the rules, man. You have to stick to the rules. And if you're taking positions, long positions like this, where you're trying to make 10, 20, 30, 50, $100,000 on your trade with a rule book, man. And that's why I'm like, okay, I'm not worried as much about these interim moves as I am worried about watching this one trade. Does this come down here? Because if you hit that bad boy with a 5x leverage, with a 10x leverage or something like that, and I'm not saying people should trade leverage, okay? I'm saying that people do. And if you take that and you ride that bad boy from 70K up to 130K, guess what? You had almost 100% profit on your trade with zero leverage. If you trade that with a 5x leverage, you have almost a 500% profit on your trade. So this is where big money gets made. And if you're trading alts, that's where even bigger money gets made. And one other thing, that bearish signal that we had on the weekly chart is still in play until Sunday. So long as we close above that inverted hammer, we close the weekly candle up there, that is no longer in play, right? But if we don't, then that could still potentially be in play. We have not technically nullified it yet, even though we are close. But if my position that I just took, my short position, plays out, then that short opportunity is still going to be in play. But if we bounce, then most likely it is going to nullify that position. So with that being said, pay attention for all of the updates that are going to be coming on the channel. Make sure you follow me on Twitter because that's where I drop a lot of these gems instead of doing videos. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Boom! Bang on that notification bell. If you appreciated this analysis and you agree with it, drop something in the comment section. If you don't agree with it and you have a contrarian viewpoint and opinion, tell me in the comments section. So with that being said, I will see you in the next video. I appreciate you showing up to this one. Have a good day, everyone.